input files for the new Shiny converter. So on the one hand, you will need your usual data file that's the same as it was before, and the second file that you need is the sample list. The sample list needs to conform to a few standards, not very much really. One column called sample ID, run order, doesn't have to. Then this one here is important, sample type. It can be either sample or pool or standard or blank. Sample and pool are the most important ones, obviously. This number on vial is something that is not necessary. That's when it arrives in the lab. And then you can put any number of columns describing your experiment, among them the experimental design columns and also the normalization columns here, like protein, cells, or anything you like, anything at all. And you can put comments and you can put other stuff that describes the experiment. It won't matter. Yeah. The important thing is that if you want a column to be used later by the converter and by Super Shiny, the most important criterion that it doesn't contain any blank values, because we can't normalize, for example, if there's an A in one of the samples, then we can't normalize that sample. So columns that are filled, that are numerical, can be used for normalization. Columns that are filled and look like factors can be used for sort of coloring and statistics, these kind of things. So this is your input file. There's one more file I want to show you, which is sort of underneath the hood, if you like. And that is this one here. It's in the directory Shiny converter, and it's called MS methods. And so the first sheet describes which columns are extracted from the various files, from mass links or from TraceFinder. But what's maybe more important for you, which you can also really edit, is methods that are then selected from drop-down menus. So these methods here is a list, it's an Excel sheet that Patrick made, and you can add to it. You can edit and change them, and in the same way, extraction methods, you can add some more extraction methods if you like. And buffers. So these three things, methods, extraction method, and buffers, are things that where I imagine you can just edit, and if something changes or you've got a new method. So this work will be something you won't need to do every time you you run the converter, but yeah, it's something that's available to you in case the methods that are already here in the list are not sufficient. There's a little bit of a problem with the syncing, that I think if you download a new version, then it will overwrite this file. So if you want something new to be permanent, a new method, then you have to email it to me and I'll put it into the sort of the master version.